tax, but I'm just going to take a moment to mention a man I got to know during the campaign to fight the household charge and the local property tax, Ken Doyle, who passed away this morning. He was a great man, fought for social justice, taxation justice. He fought for a more environmentally safer and friendlier world. And I got to know him through that campaign, and many people resisted the introduction of the household charge. Over 1 million people didn't pay it because they knew it was an austerity charge aimed primarily at middle and low income people, and the only major asset that they'd ever own, which was a house that they turned into a family home, instead of introducing a wealth tax or a financial transactions tax. And that's why so many people resisted it at the time. But if we think about the promises that were made at the time to people, that if you didn't pay your LPT, you won't get the enhanced local services. Where have those services gone? Where are they? Where's the LPT money gone? From the 79 million that was taken in for this year, a mere 3.9 million of it ended up for the provision of council services provided by Dublin City. So it's proven to be a disastrous tax for Dublin City homeowners and, I believe, for Dublin City Council. It's a regressive tax, as it doesn't take into account a person's ability to pay. It's collected by the revenue commissioners. It's not collected by the council, and 20% of it disappears without us even getting sight nor sound of it to rural local authorities across the country. And I think it's bizarre, and I'll finish on this, that the political mainstream in this country, epitomised this evening by the Labour Party and the Green Party, would actually be forcing the local property tax an increase on it, because at the moment the government, the Fine Gael government, is fighting, spending millions of public money fighting a case against an EU ruling which said that Apple in corporate owes us 13 billion in back taxes. We have 20% of the richest people in this country who control over 50% of the wealth of this country, and they refuse to introduce a wealth tax, and they believe that homeowners who are at the pin of their collar should be the ones primarily responsible for funding local government. It's a bizarre situation. So People for Profit commends our motion, proposes the full 15% reduction, and actually calls for the scrapping of the local property tax and for proper local government funding to come from an increase in taxes on the wealth and the rich in society. Thank you, Lord Mayor.